James Ransone is gone. At 46 years old, an actor many recognized instantly, but few truly knew has left us. Authorities have confirmed that his death was by suicide. And even saying those words feels heavy, because suicide doesn't just end a life, it fractures the people, the stories, and the silence left behind. Most people remember James Ransone as Ziggy Sobotka from The Wire. And if you remember Ziggy, you remember discomfort. You remember frustration. You remember a man trying, sometimes desperately, sometimes clumsily, to prove he mattered in a world that had already decided he didn't. Ziggy wasn't written to be likable. He was written to be real. And Ransone made him painfully human. That's what James Ransone did best. He didn't play heroes carved from marble. He played men with cracks. Men who flinched. Men who failed. Men who carried shame in their posture and hope in their eyes. From The Wire to Bosch, from it, Chapter 2 to The Black Phone, he brought something rare to the screen: honesty without polish. He made us uneasy because he told the truth. And that truth is this: pain doesn't always scream. Sometimes it performs. Sometimes it smiles on set. Sometimes it delivers its lines perfectly and goes home alone. In an industry that rewards volume, bigger roles, louder fame, brighter lights, James Ransone worked in shadows. Not because he couldn't shine, but because he understood darkness. Directors trusted him with characters that required more than technique. They required vulnerability. They required someone willing to stand emotionally exposed. But here's the part we don't talk about enough. Carrying darkness convincingly can cost you something. We celebrate actors for going there, for digging deep, for bleeding truth into fiction. But we rarely ask what happens when the cameras stop rolling, when the applause fades, when the character lets go, and the person is left holding the weight alone. This is not a story about weakness. It is not a story about failure. It is a story about silence, about how success doesn't cancel despair, how recognition doesn't guarantee connection, how someone can be admired by millions and still feel unseen. James Ransone leaves behind a body of work that will endure. His performances will be revisited, reanalyzed, and remembered, not because they were flashy, but because they were felt. He gave audiences something real in a world increasingly filled with noise. And his death leaves us with an uncomfortable responsibility: to look closer, to listen longer, to stop assuming that they're doing fine just because they're functioning. Some people don't fall apart publicly. They hold it together quietly until they can't. If there is anything to honor in James Ransone's legacy beyond his talent, let it be this: the reminder that reaching out is not weakness, that asking for help is not failure, and that no role, no matter how well played, is worth a life. Today, the screen fades to black for James Ransone, but the truth he showed us, the fragile, human truth, must not fade with it.